Let's see here, reach in here. And then lay that back down so it doesn't fall. Better. Oh, morning everybody. Welcome to Thursday. Every year I can just feel myself getting older when it comes to this time of year. Pulled, I don't know, you guys were with me on Monday. What did we do? Like 12 hours. And then the last 2 days, done between 14 and 15 hour long days. I am dragging ass. I'm sure I'm late enough now I won't get demonetized for cussing that early. If you cuss too early in videos, you can get demonetized. But anyway, we got pizza. We got a margarita, essentially. Let's go have us a day. Hopefully today is the last of the insecticide to go out. Turned in 2 more fields to them yesterday. They're already on it this morning. Get these 2 sprayed. Hopefully we can get everything else to just kind of hold on until we get there with a swather now. Alright, enough screwing around. We got work to do. Quit getting distracted. So we didn't have any more water to turn on at 6 a.m. today, so we're starting the video at 7 a.m. We're an hour behind. Nuts. I'm real heartbroken. Big thing right now is I need to go get my little pivot running where we got the oats planted. There wasn't enough water to start it last night, so I know there is enough this morning. Got to get another pivot up and running as well. And then I think we'll hop on the sprayer. Sound like a plan? Check valve open. Come get the panel. Wake up. Water on. 1 inch. No stop. No restart. We're gonna go that way. Pressuring up. Doesn't take that one long to pressure up. We're off and running. As you can see by all my tire tracks, I sprayed this yesterday. It hasn't turned white yet. I was very cautious about how much of the one chemical I used, so hopefully I didn't screw it up again. I was planting corn next to one of those other oat fields that I burned. Oh, there's some places I burned the crap out of it. So you get a day like this, that end gun is reaching the edge perfectly. I wish they could be like that more often. But between wind and malfunctions, it doesn't seem to ever happen. I swear, some people have no idea how to park. Look at this guy, abandoning a pickup right in the middle of the friggin' road. So this is quite the funny story. Well, I find it funny. 2024 GMC Sierra, half-ton gasser. Had a software update yesterday. And you couldn't shut off the pickup. It would not go what? Like, he tried shutting it off. Nope, pickup wouldn't shut off. You had to hit accept on that update. So he downloads the update while he hops in a loader, goes and moves the bale, gets back in the pickup. Software update's done. Makes it a mile. And it just shut off right here. And now it won't restart. Well, here's what's really funny. Because the shifter is all electric and the parking brake is all electric, you can't pull this. We're going to pull it over to the shop just so it's out of the way. A truck's going back and forth through here. Nope. Cannot be done. According to the owner's manual and my short, angry Google search at 8 o'clock last night, everything I've found said cannot be pulled. Glenn is going to start on it first thing this morning. He's kind of a wizard when it comes to working Google. He might find a way to do it. I didn't care enough last night. But yeah, real handy. And then he just called one of the guys he drinks coffee with in the morning there at the donut shop. Said, hey, you know, there's a potential your engine just blew up. They've got a recall out on those pickups or that engine. So we'll see if that's the problem. So I absolutely love Landau tillage equipment. Reaching up here for a gear shift. But it has one fatal flaw. That's how the hitch is set up. So it's got a bushing in its hitch to hold extremely tight on the hitch pin. Awesome. keeps from wearing out the hitch pin or the hitch itself. Easy, Pinchy, easy. But the downside of that is when you go to unhook it, if it is trying to move even the slightest bit side to side or front to back, it is locked onto that hitch pin like no other. So here's our usual tools we need every time we unhook something. I had Cameron pulling forward, backwards, wiggling the tractor. I can't even get that hitch pin to budge. Well, that was a fun adventure, but that's unhooked. BT is hooked up. He's gonna go get it greased up ready, make sure it's good to go, because it's gonna get a lot of use in the next week. If you're newer around here, which a lot of you are, last spring was a long time ago, we run that VT behind chopping wheat for two reasons. One, kind of tear up all the tracks that we make from harvest. You know, semis driving all over the place, we leave a lot of tire ruts. So we use that to kind of break all that up, and then also loosen up all the topsoil so we can go in and either plant corn or sorghum or sunflowers into a real nice seed bed. That's where that VT shines. It's not the only place that VT shines, but by God, it does a good job of that. So now I gotta get this pivot up and going again. So come in here, top forward. Everything else already set. Hit apply. Wait for it. There we go. So the Tuna called and said, hey, go see what's wrong with that pivot. It won't fire. Well, see, what had happened was, got to the stop a couple hours ago. He went to restart it at the same time I was messing with one of mine. And when we fire them up, a lot of the times they'll say, you know, running low pressure, sending out notification saying, hey, something happened, I'm started, but I have low pressure, kind of as a warning. I seen that and went, oh crap, we're having problems with that one, because we had to fight with this one behind me, which is the other pump back there yesterday, having low pressure troubles. So I immediately hopped over there and hit stop. And after I hit send, I looked at the map and remembered, oh yeah, it had already shut down a couple hours ago. Somebody just told it to start. So the Tuna called, we got a problem with Turpin 2, go see if you can figure it out. Well, I'm an idiot, but I figured it out. But see, here's the kicker. He doesn't watch these videos. So this is going to be your and I's little secret. He doesn't like the ads, so he says he doesn't watch. I'm not watching ads. I go, well, you could pay money to avoid the ads. But since he doesn't watch that, it's our little secret. Okay, Tuna, I fixed it. It's up and running. You're welcome. Just out of pure curiosity, we disconnected the battery for a little while yesterday to try and reset it that way. Okay, so it knows the key's in here. Nope. Same thing as yesterday. All the lights come on. Check engine light stays on. Just shuts back off. Holding it? Nothing. Well, at least I tried. Okay, planter reloaded. Let's go get 30 acres in the ground. Okay, so here's the plan. We got 30 acres here. That pivot's getting ready to turn on, coming this way. It's 10 till 9. We gotta get this 30 acres planted, get it sprayed, potentially load up a load to go spray 30 acres that we planted on Monday that we got to add a third chemical to because there's still a little alfalfa growing in the field. And then right after lunch, the chaos of silage begins. I was told I'm running a chopper. Cameron's running the swather. Somebody, I don't know who, is going to keep working ground, so we got stuff to plant either this evening or tomorrow morning while we wait to chop tomorrow afternoon. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Keep up. I don't know if you can see over there the swather. We've got a major malfunction with that thing. I wonder if Cameron just crapped his pants. Because I damn sure would have. So he left the shop a minute ago and was going real slow down the pavement. And all of a sudden we noticed the swather was sitting sideways kind of in the bar pit a little ways. Bart went over there. All of a sudden the swather took off, headed down the road. Bart headed back to the shop. Watched him go down the road, and that thing at speed took a hard left through the bar pit and out into a field before he got it to come to a stop. So I don't know what the fuck is wrong with that, but we got something major wrong with the swather. And in other shit-tacular news, Bart and Glenn been working on the Tuna's pickup. Wasn't a software update. It's a 6.2 engine problem. That engine's seized up. He called the dealership where he bought it, was talking to them about it. They said, yeah, we've done 6 engine swaps now. One of those engine swaps, the new engine already went bad. Talked to the dealer where we picked up Bart's pickup, because we know them really well. Talking to them about it, and he goes, yeah, we got a call from GM saying we cannot sell another 6.2 engine, because I got 4 brand new pickups sitting out in the weeds behind the shop, because we can't sell them. The engines are on a 3-month back order, and according to the dealerships, there is no way of getting around the whole no putting it in neutral. Supposedly GM is working on a solution to that that'll come out in the 26-year models, because 25s are the same. You cannot put them in neutral. So the Tuna's on the phone now shopping for a pickup. Might be shopping for a new fucking swather. Jesus Christ, that was sketchy to watch. My mom just bought a Tahoe a year ago. It's got a 6.2 engine in it. Called Kayla freaking out. Like, look under the hood. What engine did we get? We got the 5.3. So, fingers crossed that doesn't just randomly shut off on her going down there. Imagine that. It's gonna be another massive government bailout, because they're gonna lose billions on this, I would think, between lawsuits and engine replacements. Imagine if you were going down the interstate at 70 and just shut off. Alright, my phone's beeping. Maybe that's Cameron. I texted him asking if he was okay, because the dust flew and then I saw him get out of that swather. Just got off the phone with Cameron. Yeah, it's the left wheel, the left drive wheel keeps, he says it feels like it locks it up. But he goes, you'll just be going fine, and all of a sudden it jerks hard left before you can react. There's a little carnage in that bar pit. I wonder if our green one's still there. It is freaking field ready. We could just go get it. Take this piece of shit back. This was supposed to be such a good day, but now we got a totaled pickup with 30,000 miles, unusable swather with like 2 hours on that engine, and it already had 1.5 when we had it, or when we bought it. What the fuck? So now I'm ultra paranoid. Sounds like it's my turn. What's gonna happen to me? The tractor, the planter, the sprayer that we know we have trouble with, my chopper. Good grief. Luckily the bar pit right there is fairly shallow. That would have hurt a lot more. Interesting day. With the swather being down, I'm not in a huge rush now, because I gotta let that stuff lay for a few hours before we start chopping. Ow. So, I'm just kind of babbling. Hello. Where the hell was I going with all this? Oh, so because the swather is down, there goes the mechanic. We gotta let that lay for a few hours to dry down, so I'm not in a big hurry. So I'm gonna top off the planter, kind of waiting on the wind to die down too, so I can spray. So yeah, it's just a long way of saying I'm just kind of killing a little bit of time. Plus, when I was loading the planter a little bit ago, I screwed up and didn't get the door closed like I thought. So I've got quite a bit of seed in here, and I don't want it to set for very long because it gets really hard for that belt to start. So while everything's still fairly warmed up, we'll just top it off. Haylage season for the neighbors. I am kind of jealous. It'd be nice to have hay disappear the day after you swap it. Okay, so they are installing new software in that swather. The wheel wasn't locking up, but something in the software was going haywire. They talked to AGCO. They said shove this new software in it. Let's just take care of it. We'll find out. All right, we are topped off with fuel and DEF. Loaded up for 30 acres. Tow truck just arrived to haul off the blue GMC. Reloaded and in field number 2. This is where we planted on Monday. There's just a touch of alfalfa still out here that's green. So the agronomist told me throw in just a few ounces of 2,4-D per acre. Hopefully that'll smoke it, pre-emerge, hold everything else back. We'll have a beautiful crop coming up here in a couple of days. Well, that's not what you want. I thought they'd have it running in about an hour. It's been a little over 2, and it still hasn't moved. Told Tuna, if I'm chopping, I'm using my chopper because it's set up the way I want, which is that one. Look at the camera, that one up there. So I need to get this guy out of the way. Step 1 is reconnect the battery. Battery is already connected. This probably ain't gonna go good. Come on, please don't be dead already. That's a good sign. Oh, thank God. Choppers are notorious for the cab always having a power drain. So it's a 24-volt machine, but the cab is on a separate 12-volt system. If you don't disconnect that battery and leave this set for a while, it tends to not want to start. So, good start there. Okay, I don't hear the DEF pump running, so I should be good to cut the power. You don't want to cut the power while the DEF pump is doing its recirculation to pull all the DEF back in, because then you have like 30 error codes when you start it up. It's really fun. Okay, it's dead. Okay, baby, here we go. Let's have a good season, right? Let's do this. Son of a bitch. This one was left on. Everything was reshuffled around here a couple weeks ago. So, I guess nobody thought to disconnect them. Okay, oil's good. Over here. Hydraulic oil's good. Looking for bird's nest, not seeing any yet. Birds a lot of times like to build their nests inside the exhaust pipes. There's been many a days we started it up and then you start shooting fire out your exhaust. That's a little unnerving. Coolant is coolanting. Okay, let's see if it'll start. Good sign. Come on, honey. There we go. There goes the bird. That was a lot of feathers. Look at this, all fixed up and ready to go. No, I'm just fucking with you. This is another new one. Let's check this shit out. Yeah, one of the hydraulic pumps grenaded. And you know, that was a big flaw with these a year ago that, by God, they had it fixed. It wasn't a problem anymore. Told them guys, I'm only driving this at half speed down the road. I don't want to be like Cameron. I don't want to go flying through a ditch. Them windrows be thick. Not so much up there, but here where the sprinkler goes. Not too shabby. So obviously we've already made it further with this machine because we're in the field and cutting where the other one was on the road. So, you know, we're moving in the right direction. I got old Felipe. Phil's back. He's going to run the merger for us again this year. He's been riding with me, asking me questions about this that, well, I've been making up the answers because I don't know. He's going to start throwing it. All we're going to do is open this up, guys. It's already 4 o'clock. We're just going to do the end 6 rows. He's going to throw them together, make sure that's all going. Get the chopper, cut a load or 2 of it to give it a test. Good chance it's going to need to wait until tomorrow, but yeah, give us an idea of what we got. Well, field number 1 is opened up. Glenn is going to bring my chopper. I wonder if Bart's going to get a truck. Yeah, good stuff. What do you think? Do we go faster down the road this time? Or we'll go 15. We'll slowly build up to speed. Well, that's a little disconcerting. I got the parking brake on and I'm rolling backwards. It won't let it move. I mean, that's not good. Well, there ain't much up here on this top end that never got water, but by God, we're going. Glenn's in the chopper, Bart's in a truck. I'm gonna go grab our other one. Neil's bringing his. We'll each get a load. Ah, wire already. Real productive. I'm not gonna go get, why is that sideways? There we go. I'm not gonna go get a truck. I'm actually gonna go get in the planter in order to get done everything that needs to get done and me get to Dodge City for softball. I'm gonna get a jump start tonight. When you're used to 30-acre fields, this feels like a field that'll never end. On the plus side, it's a hell of a view out here tonight. Can't really see anywhere because I'm down in a little bowl here, but you know, hell of a night. Bingo! Done. 53 acres. I don't care enough to do the other one. We're going home. Well, we're going to the shed. Look at that. 6 loads. I was betting on 4. They said Neil's truck worked. So at least we finished positively, right? Man, look at that. And look at that. We got corn coming out of the ground, guys. Swarm temps. It's finally a popping. But I came... Okay, so this is where I'm driving away from it. Oh, thank God. So my biggest concern, as always, here is the end row. Having corn start before I pass that. And I can see a lot of corn mixed throughout here. Not a whole lot, but there is corn. So I didn't screw up my overlap this year. 1 year. So that's the end row. Corn was about 3 foot out ahead of it. Yeah, I'll move that rock in a minute. But check it out. Corn's popping, guys. All right, I'm going home. I'm tired. I'll catch you in the next one. One more thing. We are now 36 hours in, and my oats aren't bleached and looking dead. So you're telling me there's a chance?